Well, hello everyone, and welcome to week number 3. And I hope you all had a good weekend. We had a little bit of rain, but other than that, it was a pretty restful weekend for myself. Maybe a volleyball tournament I had to go to, but nevertheless, I hope you all had a good restful weekend. So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. And in our session, we're going to have an opportunity to talk about Proposition 13, which is very impactful. And I'm going to post some articles. I'm going to post three articles for you to take a look at. First and foremost, though, I'm going to post an article called Demystifying California Finances, and go ahead and skim that over. We're going to have some guiding questions because I'm going to split you into groups. I know there was information about pairs presenting about Proposition 13, and that won't be necessary because what I'm going to do is I'm going to strategically get you in your groups so you can kind of get to know each other, even make some plans, but at the same time we'll have a conversation about Proposition 13, and we'll extend that conversation about Proposition 30, which is the current system we're under now with LCFF, which is the local control funding formula. The two other articles that I'm posting are about Proposition 30 and school finance, and many educators, we work day in and day out in our system, and it seems like the finance part of our education systems is complex, and sometimes it is, but this information will actually help you. It'll give you a good insight about how things actually work, where it comes from, and what some of the terminology means. We use them all the time, and also getting used to the calendar. You have the budget calendar, which is much different when we talk about year to year than the year calendar, and then your benefits calendar is different because that's on the actual year calendar. So it does get confusing because many of us we look at our calendar, we think, when am I going to do my benefits from year to year, and that's typically close to the end of the year. And then when they talk about the governor's budget proposal comes out in January, and then in May you have a May revised, and then there's supposed to be an adopted budget in June. And California's been really good about that since Governor Brown actually took back over as governor. But before that, it was pretty sketchy on when they would actually get an on-time budget. But nonetheless, this week you're going to be reading chapters 4 and 5. You're going to do the learning module, and it will be covering employment. So talking about the laws that in regards to employment, and following those guidelines and things that are outlined, not just in the education code, but also with regards to civil rights, and then with collective bargaining agreements. So all of those things kind of tie in together, and we have to know which line we're actually following and what takes precedence over what. Okay, we'll be doing our live class session. Like I said, we'll be doing Proposition 13. We'll be talking about that along with Proposition 30, so don't worry about presentations. You're going to be doing your presentations in week 5 and week 8, so I'm sure that you'll be looking forward to those as well. So discussion in week 3, I'm going to touch on that. One of the other things we'll discuss in the live session is just the week 4 assignment, just to make sure everybody's on the same page about that week 4 assignment. So here's the question. Start by thinking about the types of things that collective bargaining brings to association and district relationships. Some of these things are more than a matter of economics. So in answering this, consider your views on the possible impact on employment relationship of informal and formalized bargaining arrangements. Are these likely to influence a level of trust? Provide examples. So when you look at your learning module, and I'll also be posting an article about collective bargaining, there's 2 types of collective bargaining that you see predominantly in education. You see proposal-based bargaining, which is an older style that is still used today, where the bargaining unit will give a proposal, and then the district gives a counter proposal, and then goes back and forth, and that can be contentious at time, and definitely has caused some divide. And then more recently, you're starting to see interest-based bargaining, which focused on interest and working as a team to solve problems based on interest. But when it comes to money, and it comes to benefits, and it comes to working conditions, that's when there's always a touch of proposals, because at the end of the day, districts have to be able to afford what they afford, and bargaining members feel like they deserve what they deserve. So that's always going to be a conversation. It's something that I've been doing the past 7 years, so have a lot of experience with both styles, proposal-based and interest-based. We currently are interest-based bargaining, and So this will be a great week to be talking about those things in the discussions as well. So if you have any questions, make sure you reach out to me by phone, email, or text, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And then on week 4, tomorrow night, I'm sorry, Tuesday night, we'll make sure we touch base on that and what you'll be presenting on week 5. So because those two things go together. So again, if you have any questions, reach out to me, and I look forward to seeing you all on Tuesday night. Have a great night.